So, I kind of want to push the limits of 3D printing a bit in this video by creating a foldable paper airplane. So, a plastic paper airplane. No. Plastic plane? Plastic aeroplane? Let's go with plastic aeroplane. Because I kind of want to see if you can fold plastic to make things other than solid objects such as this. And I kind of want to see what the boundaries are of 3D printing, just to see how far I can go with it. I'll be printing with PLA, just normal PLA and none of the flexible materials that you can buy, because I want to see how far I can push PLA before it inevitably breaks. So, let's see how it went. So, try printing a surrogate fold, and it works. I mean, it's very flexible, but I haven't tried folding with it yet. So let's see if I can do a full 180 degree turn. 1, 2. I've waited until I've recorded to do this, just in case I broke it. And I mean, it folded. What's folding? Holy poop. Yeah, that's I don't think it's meant to split like that. I'm pretty sure the only reason why it's actually folding is because it's splitting there and there. And yeah, so yeah. And also when you let go, it kind of springs back. I could probably use it for something else, like something else that needs like a springy tension to it or something. But for this, I don't want it to be springy, so yeah, that's not gonna work. Before we get onto that, I need to show you this, which is my first attempt of what this will be. So I added these little crease lines. Well, they were meant to be crease lines, which I hope that wouldn't weaken the plastic and make it flexible. But as you can see, it did literally nothing. Like, try to fall down the middle, nothing. There's no give to it. So, scratch this and printed this. So, as you can probably tell, these don't have any like dents into it like the other one did, and that's because I'm going to use the heat of the printer to make it flexible. Thus why the heated bed is on to its maximum temperature. So, to first fold it, you take it off the print bed. And it's already pretty bendy. So let's try and fold it. Okay, I think the plastic is a bit too thick for this. So I'm going to print it slightly thinner, like 1mm thin, and see if that would work. Okay, so whilst that's printing, I use my mum's hairdryer to maybe heat up the plastic that I showed you before, to use as an alternative, because that print bed, as good as it is to melt the plastic a bit, it's not good enough, because it's like a flat surface and you can't really move it, and it's very hard to melt, not melt but soften the plastic. So, using my mum's hairdryer, I tested out to see if the plastic could be softened up with a hairdryer. And at first, it seemed like it couldn't. But then the plastic started bending back to its original shape. And then it kind of got carried away and this happened. So yeah, it looks pretty much like a paper airplane, except for the end and the fact that there's literally nowhere to hold on to because it's so small. Like if I try and grip onto this, it just springs out of my hands. It reminds you of that yellow food thing. I can't remember what it's called, but it's like pasta, but not pasta. Could be pasta. Anyway, from this angle. So yeah, that's not perfectly flat, not fat. The reason why this happened is because the plastic kept cooling down before I could bend it in time, so I just left it and carried on. And it's hardened up now, so I can't bend it back unless I reheat it. And if I try it now, it's gonna break. But this is very promising, because that means when I fold that one, which is like a third the thickness of what this is. Just had to do some mental maths there real quick. It should mean that the folds will look a lot nicer and should fold a lot more like paper than card. So, I'll be back once this printer finishes printing. Alright, so I had to print another one of these because the plastic got jammed, which meant that it stopped printing. So this side's very rough. But this should be fine for the test. So whilst this prints, let's try and bend this into a plane. One sec. Alright, so I spent about 5 minutes folding this together, and compared to the other one, it turned out a lot better. This one feels a lot better because it's a lot more harder and stronger, kinda, and doesn't feel as flimsy as this, but I feel like it gives the impression of paper a lot more than this does. So, all my planes have now finished printing and being made, and to be honest, I think they came out pretty well. Like, the first one was a bit of a mess. The second one was pretty good, but would have been better if it finished printing, or at least finished the layer that it was on. And the last one, well, this one's pretty good. You know, if you just ignore the front. So yeah, look how nice it is. But yeah, the front was always the hard bit because every time I tried to neaten it up, the plastic would always deform before I could fix it. So I'm stuck with this. And to be honest, I'm kind of happy I didn't go for the whatever this fold's called, like this method, because it would have meant that I would need a clipping method to hold it together, and that just wouldn't look good. But in the future, I could probably use this for something else other than folding planes. Oh, and if you're wondering, these planes fly as well as this. So yeah, not that well. So I'll throw it. It just nosedive. That just completely falls. This one doesn't want to fly. It kind of just like nosedives. And the last one, it kind of flies, but not that great. So these are more like decoration pieces than actual working functional stuff. But to be honest, I kind of like these. They might not work as well as actual paper airplanes, but for the fact that I just made them by folding plastic over, I think it came out pretty great, and probably the best it came out. These are my abilities. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.